Is going to be Ryan Clark. What's the first thing you're watching for Giants-Eagles?
Are the Giants going to keep the pressure off of Daniel Jones? Are they going to utilize the run, utilize the way that you can attack the Philadelphia Eagles in between the numbers to give Daniel Jones not only easy passing lanes or easy opportunities in the pass, but easy reads? Get a read, get out of the pocket, use your legs to try to pick up yardage and avoid the sack. If they allow the pressure of the Philadelphia Eagles to get to Daniel Jones early, this team could be in trouble.
Yeah, they had led the league with 70 sacks this year. Tim, what's the first thing you're watching?
Yeah, along the same lines as our see how Daniel Jones will pass the football against this Eagles defense. Look, everyone's raving about what he did a week ago against the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, through the air, he basically had 2 good games against Minnesota and 1 versus Detroit. Outside of that, really hasn't been a passing attack that anybody has feared out of the New York Giants. And this Eagles defense is a much bigger challenge than Minnesota was a week ago.
But will he be able to throw it? Ninko, what's the first thing you're watching for in this game?
You got to go with the first series of the Eagles and Jalen Hurts. Are they back 100% into their playbook? Is he going to run the football in that first series to try and set the tone here and say, guess what, guys? I'm healthy. I'm ready to go. This is the playoffs. Let's go win this thing.
Okay, there's a lot I want to get to on that. Let me start with Diana, because the most important part of this, I'm assuming there's a lot of people maybe up and watching us this morning who might not always, because it's a huge football Friday here.
Yeah.
What is the very latest that we know about the condition of the shoulder of Jalen Hurts?
So Jalen Hurts, he's off the injury list, right? So that's always great. He's not 100% though. I spoke to a source in Philly, and they described this SC joint, okay? So this injury happened just about a month ago. The way it was described to me, it's very tender, right? Meaning, if it gets hit, or if he is hit while he's running, this could be a very big problem, which is why you're going to see the Giants' defensive game plan to attack, to hit, to do everything to get in the face of Jalen Hurts.
So you were very specific yesterday. You remembered one play from your career that made you think of this, and we have that play.
Yeah, Marshawn Lynch, we were playing the Seattle Seahawks, and for 2 weeks before we played them, Bill said on the very first play of this game, if I don't see 11 hats on the football, like, we're doing something wrong. And the very first snap, when you're playing Marshawn Lynch, we had 11 hats to the football. It was pretty special to see, because you had to have that mentality when you were going against a guy that is the focal point of the offense. And this is the first play of the game. I mean, everybody is there. I mean, that makes a statement when you see every single person. It didn't matter if you were the backside corner, but that picture right there is intimidating. That's what you want to see. So if you are the Giants, the second Jalen Hurts runs the football, every single player on the Giants had better get to Jalen Hurts.
To be clear, that's the first play of the Super Bowl, and Bill had told you all week long, 11 hats.
11 hats to the ball.
What do you think?
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks of prep.
2 weeks of prep.
Is that the mindset for the Giant defense tomorrow night? 11 hats on Jalen Hurts, and let's see how the shoulder holds up.
Listen, absolutely. First of all, it's 11 hats to where the football is every single week. But when you're playing a guy that's already injured, don't get in your mind that this is Bounty Gate. Don't think to yourself that you're attempting to hurt Jalen Hurts again. What you're trying to do is put it on his mind. You want Jalen Hurts to feel like he has to protect that shoulder each and every play. So what does that mean? If it's 3rd and 6 and I have somebody that's 4 yards away from the line of scrimmage, do I try to run through him to get those extra 2 yards? If I'm in the pocket, do I stare down the barrel and make that throw that quarterbacks have to make all the time and take that extra hit? Or do I get down and live to fight another play? It's about making Jalen Hurts understand that protecting himself is paramount, because we will continue to pressure you, we will continue to be physical with you, and we will continue to make you believe that every chance we get, we are attacking that shoulder, which is the throwing arm of the most important quarterback or important player on this entire team. And so if we're the New York Giants, we're not trying to do anything different. We're just trying to do it a lot more aggressively and with a ton more intensity.
All right, so Tim, look, to me, this is the game, right? I mean, if Jalen Hurts is at or very near his best, the Eagles are just a definitively better team than the Giants. Right. So in what specific ways do you expect that this injury might impact his performance?
If they don't run him. I mean, it's that simple. I think they have to run him. And if I'm Nick Sirianni, I'm not changing that. When you look at their success, especially in the passing game, so much of it came off of his threat and ability as a runner. And when you look at gotta have it situations, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 12, stuff in the red zone, what'd they do? They ran him. I mean, that's what they did. And they should. He's unbelievable at it. Look, I think that you basically have to say, look, he was healthy enough to play week 18. We get he might be sore, might be tender.
And you can't shoot it up. Remember, that's
Say that again.
That's a good thing to just remind people, right? It's not something that a player can shoot up before a game to treat it, like you can see with other joints. This is something.
And then, quite honestly, sometimes certain other positions, but like a quarterback would have his ribs shot up, and that's in a scenario like that, and maybe be able to play. You're not doing that. Look, I just don't think that you can risk not running him. Now, listen, all of a sudden the game's secured. Look, yeah, I'm going to change my plan.
Yeah.
But for sure, I think it has to be a plan that you're going to run the quarterback.
I think they run the ball as well. I'm just curious how early they're going to do it. If they're going to come out of the gate like you said, you believe that they're going to come out and go.
If I knew that my quarterback was healthy and we could get back to what we were doing in the regular season, the first play of the game, I'm running Jalen Hurts.
You're also taking a huge risk, though, right?
If you are 100% certain that he feels good, you talk to him through the week. Hey, how do you feel? You ready to go? Your shoulder feels great. Let's go set the tone early.
RC, is it as simple as we will see early, and that's why I love doing these first impressions today. We're going to know pretty quickly whether they feel like Jalen Hurts can be all of himself in this game or not, right?
No, you know what? I don't think so. And I'm not going to do that to the viewers, and I'm also not going to do that to the Philadelphia Eagles. Nick Sirianni needs to call this game to win this game. That's the way this game needs to be played. We don't have to prove a point. Just because Jalen Hurts is healthy on the first play of the game, I don't need to see him run the ball. I'm not going to think to myself, if they give the ball to Miles Sanders, oh my God, they're scared to run Jalen Hurts. No, I'm not thinking that. It's about what the game plan dictates and the way that you want to attack the New York Giants. Let's not get into all these head games about what that's going to mean for Jalen Hurts and the way that he's attacked or the way that Wink Martindale calls defenses. You play to win. When you have Jalen Hurts on your team, you are the best team in the entire football league. That's the way that Nick Sirianni needs to focus on this. And we should know, if anything, that it doesn't matter how these games start, that they're 4 quarters games. If we watch the Los Angeles Chargers and the Jacksonville Jaguars this week, it's about the best team in the NFC understanding that that's who they are when their quarterback is on the field and calling plays that way.
RC talks about doesn't want to play head games. The Steelers used to try and intimidate teams by warming up and flexing on them at the 50-yard line. Like Joey Porter would have his shirt up over his chest, and he'd be trying to like set the tone early and intimidate the other team.
Here's the difference. Nico, it wasn't an intimidation tactic. We actually wanted to fight. Those 2 different things.
We were like not the other team. Like the whole thing is. All right.
No, it's a good battle.
Y'all wanted to fight.
If they run an RPO on the first play or in that first series of the game, I think it's going to be fascinating to see and watch the 11 hands on Jalen Hurts. All right, we're still rolling along on this Football Friday. Dak can't beat the 49ers on his own. So who's